I won't do any more YouTubing.
Evening, everyone. I'm Raquel, and we have Deranged Lunatic, aka DL. Hoping everyone's night is going well. I'm feeling a little bit sluggish tonight. I don't.
Oh,
I don't know. What about you, DL?
well, not too bad right now since I just woke up from my about 3 hour nap.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's so much a nap or a actual sleep.
Well, m- some sleep is good. You know what I mean?
I don't like I like sleep.
Me too.
Yeah, sleeping's my favorite activity right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on with you? Anything exciting and new?
Well, I probably will do a watch party of the Karate Kid tomorrow night. Uh, the first two films of it, and then
Mm-hmm.
do the other two films sometime next week, like the third
Nice.
and fourth film. And like after that, I'm gonna watch Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, Cobra Kai. Good
Hello,
stuff.
Mr. Peabody.
Hey Peabody, come on in, buddy.
Yeah, let me get the link. Hold on, let me share this out real quick, and then I'll put the link in.
Yeah.
It's like pretty snowed in for me right now.
How much snow do you think y'all got?
I believe around 8 to 12 inches, somewhere between there.
Ooh, yeah, you got hit pretty good.
Yeah.
Here in the Kansas City area, depends on where you're at. Well, actually, the whole state of Missouri got hit. It depends on where you're at, is on how much you got. Down where my nephew lives, they got about he posted something on Facebook. Him using a tape measure, and they got like 8 inches of snow.
Hmm.
So and it is cold as piss here.
Oh yeah, it's 20 degrees outside right now.
Of course, piss isn't that cold. I don't know why I said that, but
Adam had a foot and a half.
he
Mm.
wishes he had a foot and a half.
Foot and a half of snow. Uh, let's see. I think the Olympics started today, didn't it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay, I'm off my game a little bit.
That's okay. I don't give a damn about them. I used to watch them, but yeah, you know, they got kind of political, and I'm like, screw this.
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, they did. Well, let's see. When you had the American, what was it, soccer team? Or was it volleyball? I don't remember which. You can tell I can really follow that they wouldn't come to the White House because Trump was there and everything like that. And they're a bunch of bitches. And I'm like, no, screw them. That's when I got really fed up with um, the Olympics and stuff like that. I'm like, hell with this crap. So
Right.
anyhow, but that's me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people, if they want to watch it, cool. Whatever floats your boat.
I haven't, you know, just to be honest, I haven't really been watching the Olympics that quite well for a long while.
I know the feeling.
You got snow here. It is 95 degrees at where he's at. Nice. In the land down under.
Come from land down under.
In the land down under.
That's a good old song.
What's the song?
What? I come from a land down under? Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Peabody.
Hey guys, it's like
Hey.
Hey.
don't knock it, man. It's like a you know that we have our Christmas in the middle of summer, whereas you have your Christmas in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Now the song is done by a group called Men at Work.
Yeah, Men at Work, the Land Down Under. It's a classic song. Every Australian knows it, except for immigrants.
No shit. They did that one, and they had some good. They had some good hits.
Oh, they actually had hits right through the early '80s and they actually made it. A lot of Men at Work music actually made it into American films.
Oh yeah.
Do you,
No
you remember?
kidding.
Well, you remember the film Valley Girl?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that had what was it? What was the song? It was a Men at Work song.
I'd have to look it up, maybe.
But yeah, but their music was really good.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
Oh, cool. My friend Brodan and Thade are doing a live stream right now, and Justin Proper is with them.
Oh, Justin. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
That's pretty
But
cool.
no, but the problem I had, because with the mandates that are coming down, especially in Western Australia, I went down to the bottle shop, and the guy was not going to serve me because I haven't been double vaccinated. I've only had one vaccination, but because I wasn't double vaccinated, he wasn't going to serve me.
Ah.
So it's like, but I managed to talk my way around it. But that's how bad. I mean, the fact is, all it takes is one person to stand up and say that's discrimination. And let's face it, the vaccination is not actually doing much good to anybody.
No.
But that's how bad it is in Western Australia. In the other states in Australia, they want you to be vaccinated, but they're not doing the same sort of mandates. In fact, they're lifting a lot of the mandates, such as masks and shit like that. But
Yeah.
in Perth, especially, but Western Australia, our Premier has done absolutely nothing to ramp up hospital services. In fact, our hospital services are really bad. That's without COVID. Our hospitals are really bad without COVID. So with COVID, they're going to be shocking.
No, they're going to be slammed big time.
Yeah. So, but our Premier has done absolutely nothing. All he's done is saying, "I'm providing more beds." You're not providing more beds because if you don't have the staff to man the beds, then the beds are useless.
Yeah.
It's like, and I've been saying this for 20 years. They didn't have enough staff 20 years ago, and they've got even less staff now, especially considering that they let thousands and thousands and thousands of nurses go because they wouldn't get vaccinated because the vaccine is shit.
Yep.
Well, in the eastern states, they let 20,000 nurses go. In Western Australia, they let over 10,000 nurses go.
Mm-hmm.
That's nursing staff that they can't afford to lose.
There's where was that? I think it was in New York. They let a bunch of them go because they wouldn't get vaccinated. They're like, well, we'll just bring in National Guard to do the jobs. National Guard?
And I don't know
Nothing
if you've
against
heard,
the National Guard. They do a lot of good stuff, but
well, I don't know if you've heard. I mean, me and Adam were having a bit of laugh about this yesterday. But the main train line that goes from eastern states to Western Australia got washed out by a flood.
Oh, okay.
So we lost the train line, and I was saying to Adam, I was like, I never realized we only had the one train line to go right across the country. One train line.
Damn.
And so when you wipe that out, because we're having a lot of supply issues here in Western Australia with food and other shit that actually gets shipped across the country. But I mean, like, I don't understand that, because most of our stuff gets shipped by truck anyway.
Yeah.
But now they're talking about bringing in the army to use their C-43s to fly shit into to fly toilet paper into Western Australia.
Well, y'all have to have that shit. You gotta take a
Yeah.
shitter now, man.
But it's like, but as I said, I was stunned, because I mean, I knew that there was one major railway that went across the country, but I didn't realize it was just one train track. I thought it was a
Wow.
couple, because you think about it, you got one train track, you can only have one train going in one direction at any one time. You can't have two trains crossing the country.
Yeah.
It's like, and the whole time I had no idea that we only had the one train line.
Yeah.
Sorry if I've been waffling.
No,
No, you're good. You're good.
You're frustrated.
I just want to remind everyone right here. I don't want to get too political on this channel, because YouTube is being, as of late, being very strict lately right now.
That's fair enough. But I was mainly talking about train lines.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talked a little bit about COVID, but I've been like, that's nothing. All I was saying is like, well, and plus I wasn't getting political. I was actually stating the facts. It's like,
I know, but you know how YouTube
yeah,
is. Like,
I know they're a bit edgy on that stuff.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
just don't want to get on YouTube's bad side. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna shut my mouth because I want to rant so
But we can
bad.
talk about like other stuff, like the Olympics, for example. Are you watching the Olympics, Mr. Peabody, or no?
I've got no interest in. Well, you're getting right back into politics here.
Well, I don't really see the Olympics as political.
I do,
Well,
because it's in China.
political.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's some political there. Like I was telling you, the the girl was born in America, but she decided
But,
she's going to ski for China.
No,
Yeah.
I basically got no interest in the Olympics. I don't really watch sport anyway. What I did watch actually earlier this week was something different in Australia. You guys, the show The Voice. You have that in America, yeah?
Yeah.
The Voice, I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, The Voice. It's a singing competition, yeah. But in Australia, what they actually had this year was The Voice Generations, which was families and fathers and daughters and uncles and aunties, and they came on as groups and they sung. It only lasted 3 days, which I think was, they could have spread it out a bit more than that, but it was really good. And the people that won, it was a father and daughter, and they were both really good singers. But I think what actually grabbed the crowd was their relationship and how close the daughter and the father were. Because there was other people on there. There was a father and son, and there was an entire family on there, and they could sing. But one family that was on there I didn't agree with, because the family was good and they could sing, but they had a 3-year-old on there.
Yeah.
It's like that's, yeah, you're going to be breaking some records by having a 3-year-old on a singing competition, but she couldn't sing. So, and it's like, and she didn't know what she was doing. She was just basically holding a microphone and miming into the microphone. But yeah, 3, I consider that child abuse.
Here, hold that microphone, damn it.
No, I just thought it was a bit off, because they did break records. She was the youngest person ever on a singing competition, but she's 3 years old. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
and
Oh,
hell, she
sorry,
might.
sorry about
When,
swearing.
No, that's fine.
now swearing's okay. It's just
Yeah, just don't say the FAGGOT word. Apparently, you can't say that on YouTube anymore.
Oh, so don't talk about maggots.
yeah, no more maggot talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you something that's a little bit disturbing because our pool at the moment is crystal clear, but we've got.
No
Do you
ducks.
guys? No, well, yeah, the duck hasn't showed up for a week, so he's obviously on vacation. He's probably in Florida. um, but we've got. Do you guys know what a boatman is? You know
Yeah.
the little bugs, and they look like a boat with two oars on the side.
Oh, they skim across the water.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We got a shitload of those in the pool, and I don't know where they're fucking coming from. I'm sorry about the swearing again.
It's
No,
okay.
swearing's okay. Just don't say the maggot word.
Yeah.
Ah, bloody maggots.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we've got a. I had a look in the pool yesterday, and there's an unusual amount of them in there, and as far as I'm concerned, there's enough chemicals in that pool that there shouldn't be any. But
Bunch
I
of
don't know. But
bunch of
but then again,
maggots.
it is Kevin's taking care of the pool. And he doesn't know what he's doing. He just gets a list from the pool shop and he follows it to a T, but it doesn't work with the pool. I don't know if you guys have ever taken care of a pool before, but
No.
there's an art to it, and Kevin has no idea. Oh, and also yesterday Kevin backed into the gate and he killed the gate.
I saw that on was it on Facebook or Discord? I saw that
I think I might have said it to you on Discord, but yeah, Kevin actually reversed into the gate and bent the gate,
oops.
and and the funny thing is, like, I told the other guy that lives here, I told Dan, he's actually away. He's a fly in, fly out worker. He works on the mines. And I told him, and he says, please tell me that he's not going to try and fix it, because if he tries to fix it, he's going to kill the rest of the gate. The guy is useless at fixing anything. And so anyway, we'll see what happens with that.
So I heard that Dakota Johnson is going to start as Madam Web, and she's rather she's really young. I mean, the Madam Web that I know of, in the somewhat in the comics, but mostly on the Spider-Man cartoon, she was an old lady. So and I don't know how that's gonna work out. But yeah, like I know I haven't watched the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but from what I know, Aunt May is also young as well, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure how to, you know, think about that.
Well, Aunt May is played by Marissa Tomei in the Tom Holland ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Marissa Tomei is still an absolutely gorgeous woman.
Oh yeah, she looks pretty.
Yeah.
But these characters, like Aunt May and Madam Web, they're not in their prime. You know what I mean? That the stories that I grew up with.
So I don't know the character that you're talking about. When you talk about Spider-Man, I can follow along with that one, but I don't understand the other character you're talking about.
Well, we have Peter Parker's Aunt May, and then you have.
Well, the best Aunt May was actually because in the first one you had that older woman, in the second one you had Sally Field, and in the third one you got Marissa Tomei. I thought the best one was the first one.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I mean, I have not seen the the recent Spider-Man film. Having
The,
Tobey
well, the,
Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
well, that was Spider-Man No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucked. It sucked.
Are you sure?
It did. It sucked.
I don't
That's
know.
that's
Oh.
that's my opinion. Okay. It's like it it was all it did was it just threw so much crap at you that you had to be impressed. But there was no real storyline. There was no real um, consistency to the movie. All they did was keep on throwing crap at you to make you impressed. That's my opinion. And the fact is, if you look at the actual movie itself, it's like there's no constitution to it. There's no real substance. It's just like, here, aren't we going to dazzle you with this? Aren't we going to dazzle you with that? And by the way, we're going to bring back all the old Spider-Man as well. It's like it was crap.
Oh, I have to see it and judge for it myself. Hey, Adam, if Peabody doesn't cry, he doesn't like the movie. LOL.
That's probably true, yeah.
I'm trying to think what was the last. Oh yeah, I watched the Warriors movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a crap movie too.
Ah, come on.
No,
I did enjoyed it. I did enjoyed it.
Well, you got to look at someone who's actually seen the movie before. I watched it again, and it was a crap movie.
Warriors, come out and play with when that guy. I forget the character's name when he's like clicking the 3 bottles together.
That was just annoying because
I know it was.
Because
like,
you could hear him do it. You could hear him doing it, but they didn't actually show it until after a couple of minutes, and then they showed him in the car clicking the bottles together.
in the hearse.
Yeah, for the first couple of minutes, you thought, "What the fuck is that noise?"
Yeah, I know. I'm like, could someone please push this guy in the face? Yeah, but yeah. Let's just say, you got just desserts. He's also not a superhero movie fan. Okay. That's fine.
I'll tell you what, Raquel. I'll give you the name of a movie that I really enjoy. There's a couple of reasons I enjoy this movie, but the most reason I like it so much is because I cry like a fucking baby every time I watch it. And the name of the movie is A Walk to Remember.
Yes, I remember you mentioning that before.
And the other reason I love it so much is because Mandy Moore's in it. But no, I every time I see that movie, I bawl like a fucking child.
It's a sad romantic movie.
No, but I also cry because of the joy. That's how shit I am. I cry for both sides.
Death Wish is a better movie. The OG. Death Wish?
He's talking about Death Wish. I think that's I know the actor he's talking about, and the reason why he says OG is because they tried to remake it and that didn't go down too well. But he's talking about the original. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. He's like a American Indian, is he? Help me out here, Adam. What's his name?
Charles B.R. Charles Bronson, I guess.
No. Yeah, Charles Bronson. Yeah. But
yes, he is not a superhero movie fan. LOL. Mandy sucks. LOL.
But they tried to remake it and it didn't go down well at all. it would be like if they tried to remake Dirty Harry now. It just wouldn't go down. Because for starters, Dirty Harry would have his nuts in a vice, because with all the political correctness, it's like you couldn't have Dirty Harry these days. You can't have Charles Bronson these days. You just wouldn't be able to pull off those same movies.
What movie's that?
Well, any Dirty Harry movie, any Charles Bronson movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, you can imagine if they tried to remake The Gauntlet, they just couldn't do it because there'd be so many people complaining. They just couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We watched that movie.
Yeah, we watched that movie. That's the reason why I mentioned that movie specifically. But it's a great movie, but there's no way they could remake it.
Hey, Thade, I can't let you in because it says the device not connected.
Yeah, Thade, she can't let you in because unless you've got 8 to 12 inches, she just can't do it.
Of snow.
Remake with Bruce Willis was not the same at all.
Which movie are they talking about? Or what remake?
Which remake with Bruce Willis? Adam, like you know, the link. Oh, here he is. Hey, Adam.
Hey, let me mute the other channel. There we go. Sorry, moderating for WCBS. Charles Bronson's movie was way better. Bruce Willis, as much as we love Bruce, yeah, that was not the same kind of
Death Wish. Yeah.
I mean, it had bits in it that were okay, but it's like, are you the ice cream man or whatever the hell it was? And the guy says, yeah, and he blows him the fuck away. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But as all meth dealers should be done too, blown off the street. But yeah.
I heard you've had 12 and a half.
Hey, Thade.
Hey, I just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody.
Hey,
I'm not going to stay long. I just came off of a 4-hour stream.
Hey, Thade.
Well, that's what the chat's for too, man. That's why I was doing both, multitasking with the.
Yeah, well, I just wanted. I told Raquel I'd come in for a minute, and I just wanted to come in and say hi to everybody. I don't often get to talk to some of y'all.
And Adam, what Derange was talking about? I told him that you had 1.5 feet of snow because they were talking about they had like 8 to 12 inches of snow, and I said, "Well, Adam had 1.5 feet."
Yeah, the other day, it was like 1.5 feet, and then we probably got at least another half, so about 2 feet total so far.
I said that you wish you had 1.5 feet.
A Subway 1.5 feet, definitely.
Yeah.
I haven't had Subway in a long time.
I haven't either.
Did Texas get the ice, Thade, or no?
We got snow and ice.
Yay!
We got about 6 inches of snow down here, which is big time for us, in Texas.
Oh yeah.
Well, in that case, I got ripped off because we didn't get either.
Well, you're in Australia. There's no sun there. I mean, there's no snow there.
Well, in actual fact, Australia has more snow than the Swiss Alps.
Really?
Yeah, Australia does get snow.
Well, they were talking about that.
Not here. On the other side.
They're like, there's a lady from Australia, and she was just scared, and they're like, where the hell did she go to train?
Anyway, it's good talking to some of you. Good saying hi to some of you guys. I'll try to come back a little bit later. I've got to take a break for a minute.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Thade.
All right.
I was telling them all about how we had the discussion about the train.
Yep. You only got one train.
Yeah. No, we got more than one train. We've only got one track.
Yeah.
And the fact is, I know you guys wouldn't have seen this, but we've seen it on the news, and everything beneath the track got washed out. So in other words, you've got the track, and it's sort of like dangling over nothing for a fair while. But everything underneath the track just got washed away. But the track is still there, but there's nothing holding it up.
And again, they never thought of having, I don't know, dual tracks,
a
more
second
than
track.
one.
Yeah.
Just in case something happened. Oh no, we'll be fine with one.
One. Well, it's Western Australia. Who gives a fuck, eh?
I mean, they're not even part of Australia, right?
Yeah. It's like, why are we even bothering putting a train track across the country just for these cunts? You know,
redhead stepchildren.
That was good conversation we were talking about last night. Shit had me dying. I'm like, what? You don't got truck? You don't got boat? You don't got plane? You're like, yeah, exactly. It's like we've got that shit and train.
Well, I told you. Now they're bringing in the fucking army, and now they're going to use the C-43s to transport fucking toilet paper.
Sounds like somebody pulled a train on you.
LOL.
Well, you know, as long as they're using the army for that, not the other thing, then it's all good. Since America gets bad news for fucking Australia.
How about those truckers in Canada?
Oh, you mean the fact that Trudeau wants to shoot them all? Yeah.
No, or are you talking about the honking? Because they're protesting the mandates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Trudeau wants to call the basically enemy of the states and have the army fucking shoot them.
Well, that won't happen. Well, hopefully it don't happen anyway.
I think that too many people have that American point of view. Canada's not like America. And a lot of people in the military, when they're given an order, they're going to do it. Because in a situation like that, if you don't, they'll just put the gun on you. Especially in these areas like Canada, because Canada is nothing like America.
No, they don't have a constitution like what we got.
Yeah, you know, Peabody can talk about the shit in Australia, which we know they're nothing like America. Nobody's talked about the stuff in Canada numerous times on numerous streams, you know, and he's not the only one because there's quite a few Canucks, if you will, that I'm friends with on here. Quite a few different ones in different parts of Canada that all pretty much feel the same way as nobody. So he's not alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some scary shit. We'll see what happens. You know, as
I said, I think in Australia, all it takes is one person that's got a little bit of money to turn around and claim discrimination, and everything will get turned on its head. That's what I'm talking about is, you know, when the guy tried to refuse me at the bottle shop, because I only had one vaccination.
Yeah.
I've been vaccinated, but I haven't had a double vaccination, and the mandate calls for a double vaccination. Otherwise, you can't get served at a shop.
Which again is stupid because you can't have back-to-back vaccinations. You have to give it the time that's even required for, you know, any vaccine.
Yeah,
I believe it's like 6 months, something like that.
No. It's only a few between the first jab and the second jab. It's like a few weeks.
It's all changed, Raquel, since you got done.
It's all changed now because when they first did it, they did the first jab and they said that will be enough.
Yep.
And then they came in and said, "Oh, you need a second jab." So that was about three or 4 months afterwards.
And now, if you don't have the boosters, they're wanting to say, "Well, you don't have the boosters, so you're not fully."
And the fact is, I mean, I've already talked about this. Adam knows exactly where I'm coming from. But yeah, between the first and second shot, you only need a few weeks, right? That's the two first shots. Then the booster comes in, and that at the moment in Australia is at the 3 month mark.
Yeah.
So in other words, after 3 months, it was 6 months, but they brought it down to 4 months, and now they brought it down to 3 months. Why? Because it's not a fucking vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the day, they're going to pump you full of this shit, no matter what. You know, as we've said on here and on many other streams. Okay, look, if the vaccine's working, then why do I have to be double vaxxed and wear a mask? And if the masks are working, then why do I have to be vaccinated? So it's just, you know, could we pick one and stick with it?
Hey, Catman. Yeah, but they can't because the fact is it's not a true vaccine.
Hello, Jedi Bill.
Oh, Jedi, you made it.
Bill.
This is for Sith only. You're either with us or against
let's
us.
see. I forgot. I forgot to. What I was gonna say. I forgot about it. Jeez.
Well, see, yeah, but you hear them try to. Well, I thought you said if I wear the mask, I didn't have to get vaccinated. Then you said they dance around it,
Yeah. Well, everybody that got sick around the first year, now they're saying that the antibodies that they built are nothing, so you need the vaccine. And I just don't buy that shit.
No, your body's
your body remembers that shit. So if you actually got infected with COVID, your body remembers that, and it's fully armed, so that if you get infected again, it can attack it. But the vaccine bypasses your immune system. It just tells your body to produce antibodies, and it doesn't tell your body why. But the other thing is now, I don't know what they're doing in America, but in Australia, they're approving the vaccine for 6 months to 5 years old.
Yeah, they're
trying to do that here. Yeah.
Because they had that, and then the big thing was you could choose your booster. And it's like, for fuck's sake, we don't have, in the 2 years we've been dealing with this and all the different vaccines, we don't even have the input that we need to make a good decision, let alone to have this shit forced on you like you are.
They keep changing
They changed the rules, they changed the information, and they moved the goalposts all the time. It's like,
well, because you had mentioned many vaccines before that, they've had 50 years, 60 years worth of data that they're still collecting data on, for the side effects, and did it work for polio? Did it work for whatever, the shit that we got rid of. And that was an actual vaccine. Polio, this is a trial thing that hasn't prevented shit, just like a fucking flu shot has never prevented anybody from getting a fucking flu. If the flu vaccine worked, there would be no flu, right? I mean, that's how I feel about it.
That's true.
And I feel COVID is the same thing. It's just a flu,
And the flu vaccine's been out there for many years now. And
Christ, at least 20.
At least 20 years.
My doctor every now and then wants me to get like a pneumonia shot too. I'm like, well,
I had enough with vaccines when it came, and this has nothing to do with COVID. When I did the bit for the granddaughter and got that sick off of that shit, no, I'm not putting anything in my body that's not natural. Definitely nothing that these assholes are, anything the FDA is wanting you to do without reason. My kids and other people that had kids, they never had to worry about whooping cough. But we want you to get the whooping cough vaccine. And then there was no damn vaccine. I was going through the same shit you were with a different thing, Peabody. Because, for the longest time, you guys didn't even, you paid for the vaccine, but you guys didn't have it.
And I can tell you, I've only had the one shot. My next shot is next week. But the first shot wiped me out. I could not keep my eyes open. I was wiped out for over a week. And I had no strength. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything. Well, I have enough trouble eating as it is. Yeah. But I just could not keep my eyes open. I just had to sleep all day.
That's what I was like when I was sick, bro. I mean, you and me talked about, I had the hot flashes, the cold flashes, but I was just exhausted. And even there, a couple weeks after getting better, I still had those. And now it's like my clock went back to manufacturer settings, so I'm up later than normal. I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m. last night, and I didn't get up till about 11 today. And that was after 2 days ago going to bed at 10, 11 o'clock and getting up at 8 a.m. So I can't seem to get a sleep pattern to save my ass, man, at all.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I mean, the only good thing that happened yesterday after you and I talked, and then the internet went wonky and shit for you.
Oh, that was shocking. That was really. I just had circles on my screen. Yeah. It's like
Justin called me. Yeah. So Justin Proper gave me a ring on the telly.
How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. His grandmother passed, the one that would talk about Cecil. He kind of, well, that's because he kept it fucking private, because not everybody wants their stuff drawn out. But he said a family member passed, but it was Grant, which now he's announced, he's announcing it now after the fact. But he had to grieve and whatnot. And he called me up about Horror Hound and stuff, and I might go stay with him for a day or two prior and be on his show that Thursday pre-Horror Hound if everything works out right. But I'm trying to, as people, I'm trying to make plans so that when I'm in Cincinnati, I can actually spend more time with them, not just at the convention, but us go do other things besides just be at the convention. So yeah, I mean, he gave me a call. We talked for at least an hour, and just called back up because it'd been a little while since we talked. I mean, we text back and forth, and same thing. I was in the chat for This Week in Bullshit tonight. Even I was dual streaming, and then it turned into 3 streams, and that's just too much. I left his stream. I was like, all right, man, I gotta go. So I had This Week in Bullshit, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective with Vinny Art. We're doing the Toy Talk stuff.
Hey, Lisa Roo.
WCBS started. So,
hey, Lisa.
Yo.
Can I just ask a question? It's like, why am I Mr. Peabody without a pony? How did that happen?
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
If pony means without a cock, I guess it's spot on because you cry at every movie that you love. No, that's like mine. I didn't even type my name in; it pulled it off of YouTube, which is fine. But this isn't the name that I'd been. Dude, I almost had to message you because I was having a problem with the browser. So I was working on that yesterday when we were talking, and luckily I figured it out. But I was having a hell of a time because every time I wouldn't log off. I'd just shut the browser off. Or I'd click the little tab off, and then I'd have to re-log into everything. And I'm like, I have never had to do that. Damn Google.
Well, remember what I was telling you about the application that the government wants you to use so that you digitally show your information. I tried that again last night, in the middle of the night because I was having so much trouble with the internet yesterday. Yeah. I thought I'll do it in the middle of the night when no one's using the internet. And it comes up and it gives you this code, right? And as we talked, I thought, well, maybe I need to have my email open at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no, the code came up and it says,
hello.
It says go to the government ID website to type in the code. So I closed it down. I went to the government ID website and typed in the code, and guess what happened? Nothing. That shit doesn't work, man. It's like so if anybody asks me if I go to a shop, because we're supposed to actually do our QR codes and and then show everybody our information on our phone. If anybody asks me, I'm going to say this shit doesn't work. So why should I do anything for you?
Right.
But yeah, the adverts are on the TV saying, use this application on your phone so you can show your proof of vaccination and you can actually, use your QR codes and link anywhere. It doesn't work. And plus, they've made it so complicated that I can't even log into it. Because if you Service WA, it says, well, in order to use Service WA, first of all, you have to go to the government ID and get a government ID. I went to government ID, I got my government ID, and then I went back to Service WA, and it won't accept my government ID. so what more do they want me to do?
Well, I told you I was having the same issue with my shit. That's what was so funny about it.
Nobody can screw you over like the government.
Yeah, my government stuff here, because of my stuff, you had to place your order for extra medical, so like heating pads and diabetic shit and whatnot. It's basically over the counter stuff that you get a credit for, and they changed it where you have to do it every month now, or you lose it where you used to do it quarterly. So they do a new, I go to do the normal thing and I have to create a new account, and this is January, so I create a new account, I get it all working. They're like, oh, well, there's no email tied to it. I go, how is my email not tied to it? It's the same freaking email. That I'm like, no, this is bullshit. So I have to create a new account. I go through all of that bullshit. place an order in January. Okay, no problem. I go to do the same thing on the 1st, and everything's not working. And every link that I click that it tells me to go to place an order or to do whatever goes to something else that has nothing to do with what I'm supposed to be doing. So I feel your frustration. I did finally get mine worked out. But yeah, because mine basically now goes through Walmart of all places, where it used to be you would just fill out what you wanted and then wherever they would send the stuff to you. So like glucose tablets and glucose gels and stuff like that. Well, as soon as they went to Walmart, if you don't do it on the 1st, by the time you get on there, like I did it on the 3rd or 4th, 90% of the products are already used and gone. Like they don't have any of them. It just says, oh, this is currently not available. Like, well, what the hell am I supposed to buy then? So I bought mustard. The last $1 that I had to spend, I bought mustard and 4 cans of baked beans. I was like, okay, well, we're getting through this one way or another.
And Adam, you'll appreciate this because I mean, like, we were talking about this yesterday. Last night. Actually, it might have been this morning. My sleep pattern's so fucked up. But anyway, remember I was telling you about the spider that made its home in my puke bowl.
Yeah, that was this morning. Yeah.
I think he must have read what I typed up because he moved out.
Nice. This is just far too acidy for me. I must leave.
Yeah, no, because twice I've actually puked on a spider that made a web inside the bowl, and they get thrown out with the rest of the shit. But this one made a new web, and I took a picture of it. I showed it to you, and I said, "Well, they just don't fucking learn. They don't learn." But I think he must have seen what I typed up because he moved out. Yeah,
that's good though.
That's good. Yeah. Come on, man! It's a fucking puke bowl.
Look! The spider leaving's better than the gate crusher. Okay.
But because that second picture, that's all the rust that came out of the bottom of the gate.
Yeah, it looks like blood.
Yeah.
Rust my ass. He hit an abo.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't bleed.
Yeah. They leap.
One thing you got to understand about an Aboriginal is like their bone structure is really, really tough. So yeah, you'd have to hit them more than a ute. You'd have to hit them with like a semi-trailer, and you'd have to back over them. They are tough. But yeah, they're also the closest thing to a Neanderthal man.
You Neanderthal.
The fact is, I'm not even kidding. Nope. Check it out. Google it. The closest thing to a Neanderthal man is an Aboriginal, and their bone structure is really, really tough.
Yeah, he speaks the truth. Facts, people. Science and facts, yo. We do speak them on the show.
So basically, if you're gonna knock them down with a car, that's going to be nothing, If you're going to hit them with a semi trailer, you're going to have to hit them twice and back over them. Yeah.
Right. Well, it just reminded me of that time, that one with the motorcycle and all that, and then he went, yeah.
Oh, that was a couple of years back, I remember, but I know what you're talking about because they weren't wearing helmets, but the girl that got hurt, she wasn't Aboriginal. But the guy that stole the motorcycle was Aboriginal. He got thrown off the same bike and he was fine. But the girl, she was seriously hurt.
Oh yeah.
And what happened was then they blamed the driver
of the car.
This motorcycle that was an unlicensed motorcycle
stolen.
That was stolen. The guy was doing a U-turn. And the motorcycle T-boned the car, and they blamed the driver of the car.
Sounds about right.
I know, right? Logic.
You see that motorcyclist in L.A.? He had been running from the cops, and they stopped chasing him because it was high rate of speed, but he kept on going. And he had stolen the motorcycle, and he hit a car going over 100 miles an hour, and he went spiraling through the air several hundred feet. And then when he landed with a pretty good thud, and that was the end of him.
Ouch.
Yeah,
No,
ouch.
That's what you call a Superman.
Well,
he flew a couple of 100 feet. He was flying, man. He was flying.
One of the worst things.
I don't know about Superman, but he did went flying.
Well, the worst things I ever witnessed was a motorcycle wreck, and the body of the guy went through the windshield and impaled the driver and killed them both. They both died. There was
no. Whoa! I heard about this. Something happened at the Golden Corral. Some kind of fight.
Where?
At the Golden Corral.
Yeah, but we're at.
Yeah, but where?
Let me look at.
Like what? There's like 1,000 of them, right?
Hold on. Let me look this up. Golden Corral.
I've never ate at Golden Corral.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I have. It was pre-COVID.
Yeah, I've never been fond of hog troughs. Like you want to go to a restaurant, sure, fine, sit down. The Mexicans in the back will make you dinner.
Pennsylvania, it says a massive brawl breaks out in Golden Corral, Pennsylvania, over alleged steak shortage.
Oh, they were wanting some more meat.
They wanted some trouser steak.
Apparently.
So they lost their train as well.
Yep.
Well, when some people, when they see that all you can eat, they want.
Which is funny because the biggest waste of money for all you could eat, right there.
Oh well, that would be me.
Yeah, I'm pointing at you, not the clown. You, because you eat 1.5 chicken nuggets and you're stuffed.
I can't do the buffets anymore either.
I upgrade to chicken nuggets to chicken sandwiches. So
you need to try a different chicken sandwich.
I know. I need to, once I go back to Texas, which is this weekend, I'm gonna try Popeyes and see how that is.
Well, there's definitely better chicken sandwiches.
What have you been eating, Raquel? Are you still eating McDonald's?
Yes, that's the only one that's close by.
No, I get it. You don't drive and all that shit. So I mean, that's look. I used to like McChickens. They were the shit. I mean, that was your basic chicken sandwich from McDonald's back then. They didn't have.
No, there's nothing wrong with them, but just there's better out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I used to like the McFeast.
Hey, LGG.
The what?
They got different stuff at McDonald's in Australia than we do.
Yeah, the McFeast is a little bit different. Close to a quarter pounder.
Okay.
But they don't have quarter pounds in Australia, so.
Yeah, they're on the metric system. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You can still buy a quarter pounder in Australia, but the McFeast is like a little bit different. It's got a little bit more. The McFeast is like a crossover between the quarter pounder and the Big Mac. It's actually got the special sauce. It's got lettuce. Dressing. Yeah. It's got the special sauce. It's got lettuce. And so
keep going. You almost got it. Yeah, you almost got the commercial.
Let's see. Popeye's chicken was okay. Love have each found a good one in sanitary. Yet that's excellent. Yeah, there's other places of the chicken sandwich I want to try. Popeyes.
Like I told you, that'd be one of the things. Like if we got together, that'd be fun to film.
Remember we watched that guy
versus Chick-fil-A versus fucking Wahlburgers. Whatever. You know what I mean? Get a couple different sandwiches and then go that route for stuff for your channel because I think that'd be fun.
I thought when I get back to Texas, I'm thinking about doing chicken sandwiches versus McDonald's, Wendy's, Popeyes, KFC, whatever, and see how that stacks up.
I've never had a KFC chicken sandwich. The KFC by us is shit, so I won't buy anything.
Yeah, KFC here kind of sucks.
Chick-fil-A?
KFC Zinger Burger is really nice.
Order.
I can tell you one thing that they've actually done. They've actually released a new advert in Australia for Red Rooster. I don't know if you've got Red Rooster over there, but Red Rooster, they sell chicken shit. But now Red Rooster is selling
chicken shit.
Wow, that sounds good. I mean, we've got Red Robin, so
Red Rooster, but they've started selling fried chicken like KFC. But the advert that they actually have, if you look at the advert before they actually show the symbol for Red Rooster, you would swear it was a Kentucky Fried Chicken advert because of the colors that they use. You know, the colors. You know, the red and white stripes. They use all of that, and then at the end of the commercial, they say it's Red Rooster. And when I saw that advert, I thought this is KFC because it's fried chicken, and they show all the colors, and then it's talk about piggybacking on someone else's product.
Yeah. Raquel, if you go to Chick-fil-A, tell them not to put pickle on it.
I don't have pickle on my chicken sandwiches.
Well, because
you've not had Chick-fil-A though, have you, Raquel?
Not
because you'll make
sure
you get a fresh one.
Yeah, that's because I was going to say that was one of the ones we talked about because you hadn't had it in a long, long time. I think so I've had Chick-fil-A, I've had Popeyes. They put Popeyes up the road. Chick-fil-A, I got to go 2 cities over, which is no big deal. It's like 20 minutes. I have taken the Chick-fil-A sauce and put it on the Popeyes chicken, and I like it better. And it depends because Popeyes has got their spicy chicken and their original, and their spicy is to die. If you like a little bit of heat, they're spicy. You're Texas.
I love their spicy chicken.
Dude, they had the spicy fish. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I even tried it in Jersey because I was like, hey, I want to try a Popeyes somewhere other than at home just to see how the food. Oh, it was just as good. I was like, okay. Chick-fil-A, I've only had here locally, a handful of times because they're never open on Sundays, and that's when I'd be in town.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was always a Sunday that is like, oh shit, well, they're not open.
Well, remember that video we watched, Raquel, about the guy, he bought all those different chicken sandwiches from different places?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, McDonald's came in did.
Well, that's like, DL, think about it. The original chicken sandwich from Burger King.
Yes.
It's, processed chicken and all that. I still love that shit. And
I like it.
The Burger King chicken sandwich was closer to a Chick-fil-A or a Popeye sandwich.
The hand-breaded one.
Came out with their different versions.
The hand-breaded ones are better.
Yeah, the hand-breaded one that was like you could get it was on the 2 for $5 menu for the longest time. You could get the new chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd still be better in Australia because we still use open flame grill.
Well, I don't know about for a breaded chicken sandwich though.
No.
But the other thing, Raquel, is like we don't have Popeyes in Australia. So if you showed Popeyes, we'd want to see what you're looking at.
Yeah, Cajun style, baby. It's Cajun style.
I like their spicy chicken. It's good.
Bro, like I said, they opened up the new one, and I went all out, DL. Like I ordered sandwiches and like basically everything. It was like $80 worth of chicken.
Oh yeah.
Sides, chicken, sandwiches, strips, shrimp. Like I went, balls to the wall, baby. I'm like, hey, look, I've not really ate Popeye's chicken per se. I've had it a couple of times. So I was like, yep, I want like 6 sandwiches and, had Popeyes for a couple days. And
you're like, I'm hungry.
Look, I know 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. He did a review of the Chick-fil-A sandwich, and he said he pretty much enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, Chick-fil-A is not bad. The mustard is the key for Chick-fil-A. Where with Popeyes, you've got that Cajun seasoning, and then you add the mustard, and it's good. And even if you're not into like Cajun seasoning, because it's not too bad. To me, I can get through about 3/4 of a sandwich, and then I'm done. I got sweat running out.
A friend of mine tried. They opened up a Whataburger in Independence, Missouri, and he tried it the other day, and he said that was the best fast food hamburger he had ever had in his life.
Whataburgers are pretty decent. I had them in Texas. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the hell out of Jack in the Box because we don't have Jack in the Boxes up here. and they had like their tacos and shit and their burgers. I mean, they were decent for what they were. But that's like we have a oh shit, what the hell's it called? It'll come to me. We've got this little local joint that's just a couple restaurants here and there, and they've got crinkle fries and it's just not McDonald's or Wendy's. I haven't ate Wendy's in probably a decade and a half. They used to have, it was called a Caesar wrap. So it was a taco shell with a chicken breast cut in half with Caesar dressing and lettuce and cheese.
Oh, that sounds good.
I used to eat the shit as soon as they quit carrying those. So that's been at least a decade, easy. I quit going to Wendy's. And I didn't usually eat at Wendy's that often. And every now and again, the kids would want to go and get some nuggets and stuff from Wendy's. Or
you remember when
they had the salad? You could get the side salads and shit.
Yeah, they used to have the salad bar, and they used to have a potato bar.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Oh yeah, the potato bar, baby. Yeah,
that was the deal. That was the big deal. And well, the closest Wendy's to me burnt down. So I don't know if they're going to rebuild it or not.
What happened?
It just I don't know. It caught on fire and burned down.
Grease fire,
probably. And it had been there since the 80s, so it's been there a long time.
The funny thing is, we actually do have Wendy's in Australia, but it's completely different. And I think the only hot food they actually sell at Wendy's in Australia is hot dogs.
Hey, Sherry.
I tell you, you ever had their Baconator? Oh my gosh! If you love,
I just explained to you the only hot food they sell at Wendy's is the hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean the problem I had with Wendy's, I used to like their Swiss chicken bacon sandwiches. Those used to be really good.
Yeah,
because you had that full chicken breast, battered with bacon and Swiss, and so like that was my go-to chicken place. And then Arby's I'm a big Arby's guy. I've always liked Arby's.
Oh, Arby's is good.
Like when you talk about fast food places, if they're like, here's your list, one of the ones I would pick to stay forever is Arby's, because I've always enjoyed the roast beefs. They used to have those potato cakes. That was my favorite potato. I didn't care for fries, even though the curly fries were good and all the other fries and shit were good. The potato cakes were the way to go, but they don't have those anymore. They quit carrying them during the pandemic. Within the last 6-8 months, they don't carry that anymore. Along with, when I talked to a worker, they went through a different company and they weren't carrying the ham or the chicken and something. That's how come so much stuff from Arby's is gone, is they're no longer not with the same distributor.
Well, before the
Herbies, we have the meats.
Pandemic, I used to get their what they call the Meat Mountain.
Yep, the Meat Mountain was the shit. Son.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. It was expensive, but my God, was that good.
Do you remember the Big Montanas?
No, I don't remember that one.
So it wasn't like the Meat Mountain, because the Meat Mountain is everything, and it's like this fucking big, like no joke. It's this big. Because I've gotten one, and you got the meat sweats off that bad boy. But the Big Montana was the biggest sandwich you could get from there, and it was just mounds. It was about like that. It was like a half pound of beef. I used to be able to eat 2 of those. I mean, I remember when juniors were the big deal, and now they've got these stupid sliders for $1. I'm like, a junior used to be like 80-some cents. I'm not paying $1 for a slider. Sorry. I like the 5 for $5, 5 for $5.55. We don't get that shit no more. Now you're lucky to get 2 for $6.
Well, back in the 70s, my favorite place was Hardee's, because they had a sandwich called the Big Twin, and that was really good. And they had like special sauce and everything on it. And then they discontinued it, of course. And then back in the 90s, they said, we're bringing back the Big Twin. I'm like, all right. And I went to go get the Big Twin. All it was the name. It wasn't the actual same sandwich.
Yeah, it wasn't the Big Twin. That's like, what is it? Burger King and the Big Fish. Do you remember when the Big Fish was a big-ass plank of fish, and now it's not at all?
Yeah. You don't get, the food back in the day was so much better than what we got nowadays. Raquel we'll never know how good food used to really be.
Back in the 80s or the 90s?
Well,
any of them.
Well, either.
Yep.
The fact is, like,
too,
even a filet fish, it's like, you know, you get like a hunk of cheese and you get fish, blah blah blah. These days, you get half a slice of cheese.
Well, back in about
and a sprinkling of tartare sauce.
Yeah. Well, back in about the mid to late 90s is when they were starting to do more of the healthy stuff, and then in the 2000s when they really started kicking it in. You know, I'm like, it's when they started deleting a lot of the good stuff.
Which always made me laugh. It's like, you know, this shit ain't good for you. There's been research. We know it's not good. It wasn't meant to be 8 every day. It's meant to be 8 on occasion, you know. But yeah, I mean, we used to do we had a place that was called the Rib Shack. You know, it was just a barbecue joint. You'd go there. We'd get Wendy's every now and again. We'd get a McDonald's every now, you know, growing up and shit from the 70s into the 80s. You know, it's the same thing, man. Like we didn't have money. We were poor. So we'd get those little treats every now and again, and it was great. Like you loved that.
Oh
shit.
yeah.
And then, you know, when the dollar menus came out back in the end of the 80s into the 90s, or, you know, the early 90s, you know.
Oh yeah.
And you're out there working. Sure, that was great. You go through the drive-through, get something, and, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just that shit ain't good for you, you know. And it's like, man, when I cut out, I've had so much indigestion problems. I mean, I'd have my coffee, I'd have cottage cheese and toast in the morning, and I would have wicked ass heartburn. And I could never understand it. But once I cut out all the fast food, now the main fast food that we eat is like pizza. Like that's, you know, and Arby's. Those are the main two. I think I finally had Taco Bell, and I'd not had Taco Bell since last year, like the beginning of last year.
You mean Crotcho
actually,
smell?
the year before, it was COVID. I'd go with my daughter for lunch. So it'd been 2 years since I'd had Taco Bell.
Well, the Taco Bell here in town we call Crotcho smell because they're bad.
Dude, all Taco Bells are bad. I don't care. I mean, like that's drunk food. Like if you're drunk off your ass and you want cheap food, there you go. Because you're going to either puke it up or shit it up anyway. Especially if you're drinking butt wiper.
Well, we're older people, and it's like I remember when a chocolate sundae from McDonald's would cost 95 cents, and now it costs $4.
That's bullshit. I mean, and hell, half the time their damn ice cream machine's broken down. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What are you telling me? I ordered McDonald's yesterday, and the delivery guy, like, you know, I ordered it from DoorDash. They refunded me the chocolate shakes because they told me they had the milk machine shut down because they were cleaning it.
Oh, that's always the excuse they use.
And like, what, in the middle of the afternoon? Really?
I'd not had McDonald's in at least 2 years. And after the being sick thing, because the one thing that was really good with the throat and then just not feeling well was milkshakes, right? Like that shit's the bomb. And I've got all kinds of popsicles and shit. I was living on those icy pops, the plastic flavored Kool-Aid shit that you freeze.
Yeah, the long tube, yeah.
But with the amount of, you know, throwing up and shit I was doing, it was, you know, it kept liquid in me. But I had wanted McDonald's because ETEP had mentioned he'd gotten chicken nuggets pre-stream, and he was like trying to eat some of them in between, and his kid came and stole them, and it was funny as shit. But I hadn't had McDonald's for, I'm like, you know what? And then talking to fucking Raquel, you know, I'm like, chicken nuggets sound good. I'm gonna get some chicken nuggets. I go and order 20 chicken nuggets. I go order a couple of the $3 burgers. You know, I'm like, give me a Coke, give me a chocolate milkshake. Go ahead, give me a large fry. And they're like $23. And I'm like, the fuck is 20? And then they're like, well, do we have chocolate milkshake? And they're like, no, we've got vanilla. I'm like, y'all just add chocolate shit too. It's not like it's chocolate ice cream. You add chocolate. I'm like, you're telling me you have no chocolate syrup? And finally, I got so pissed at this ghetto ass McDonald's. I was like, you know what? Fuck all you all. I ain't ate here in 2 years, and I'm never coming back. I'm like, I'm done. And I went to Arby's. I got 4 roast beef sandwiches and a milkshake and whatever else I ordered, and it was like $16.
Mm-hmm.
And I was much happier with the Arby's because their milkshakes are like they're large.
And their machines never broke down either.
Yeah, exactly. They still they'll make you the milkshake.
Yeah. I remember going to KFC, and it's like it took me 15 minutes in line to actually order what I wanted to order. And then when I actually got to the I ordered it, I paid for it, and they said to me, "It's going to be another 20 minutes before we get your food." And they were serving all this shit out of the drive-through window, and they said it's going to be another 20 minutes. And so I said straight away, "Give me my money back." I'm not waiting here. I've waited 15 minutes. 15 minutes in line, and there's heaps of customers in the store, and you haven't prepared any chicken. It's like, get fucked.
Sorry, it's all for the drive-through. I love how they always get the treatment. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. It should be like your order is, not because you're through the drive-through. It's like, who's to say that the person coming in a restaurant to sit down and eat isn't in just as big of a hurry as some dickhead in their car, too lazy to come in and get the food. Like, because to me, like, if you go out to eat, half the point of going out to eat is to sit down and, especially like the pre-COVID shit. I go meet my daughter for lunch, or, because I can stay home and cook and I know what's in it. And I don't have, half the time I'll go to a restaurant, and depending on what's cooking the food is whether or not I'll order. I've done that
what's cooking the food, because you look at the employee and they look like they haven't bathed in a week or whatever.
Oh, you'll see them picking their nose and shit. I'm like, no, I'm legitly good. I'll pass. I'm good. But I mean, again, as I've gotten older, I haven't really ate out as much by any means. And in the last decade, it's cut way down. But in the last 2 years, it's gone next to zero. If it wasn't Subway, the main couple places we ate during this whole pandemic thing, Little Caesars, which I'm not a fan of, but still ate it. Bruno's Pizza was another one. Volcano Greg's is another local independent place. Papa John's. I did do a Raquel, and I did use the Burger King app because you got free delivery and shit. So I did that one time, and they had the Western Whoppers, which is just the Western Whopper Juniors. But the Western Whopper used to be, your Whoppers with barbecue sauce and onion rings, and then whatever you wanted, however you do up your Whopper. They had the Juniors, so I ordered quite a few of those. And a bunch of different sandwiches and shit. And like, there's 2 Burger Kings, like a hop and a skip and a jump away. But I was that lazy because that was when I was first getting better. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still too weak to drive, and I couldn't see for shit.
Do you remember when Hardee's for a little while tried having fried chicken? Do you remember that?
No, I can't say that I do.
Of course, that was back in the 90s, but for a while,
we didn't have very many Hardee's close to us. Like, they had them at the mall and shit, but we didn't have them where most of the restaurants were. We had a Rally's, which, Rally's and Checkers were basically the same, but
we haven't had a Checkers here in Kansas City in years.
I cried. I Peabodied. I was like, I want a big Buford. I was like, I want a big Buford. And I went into Mishawaka to go get, that's where Rally's was, man, or Checkers, and they were closed. The pandemic put them out of business, apparently. And I was just, I cried. I'm like, oh my God, we don't have a Rally's anymore. I'd had that my whole life, where you could go to, because you get tired, even back
Their
in
fries
the
are so
you get
good.
tired of the same shit. You could go there and get something. You get something different. Theirs was always a little different.
Well, Checkers, the burgers and the fries, they were so good, especially the fries.
They use real meat too.
Yeah,
they use real beef, rather.
Where's the beef? Apparently, it's at Checkers.
There's a place. I think. I'm not sure they went bankrupt or they downsized, but it's called Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers. Oh my gosh, they used to have the best burgers.
I'd heard of them, but never got to try them. I keep telling Raquel she needs to go to Buck and Loons in Dallas. I think it's Dallas, but they might have other locations.
Well, see, Fuddruckers, you go in and they would bake their bread. You could see them baking the bread, and you can see them. You had like a butcher there. You see them cutting up the meat and grinding it up and everything. So it was fresh. And it was kind of a little upper crust type of burgers, and they were so damn good.
Yeah.
And then the only one I knew of in the Kansas City area closed, and then it reopened as a Chinese buffet. Like, you got a Chinese buffet on every damn corner.
How many Chinese buffets do we need? Yeah. Well, they outnumber us. We just don't know it yet.
No kidding.
Well, that's like Culver's. We've got Culver's here, and like Peabody's got no clue. And I couldn't remember. DL,
they're good too.
Did you have Culver's or no?
No, it's not Culver's here.
Yeah.
We have one in Liberty, Missouri.
Well, as I said, we don't even have Popeyes. It's like,
yeah. Well,
your Wendy's doesn't even serve hot food except for a damn hot dog.
That's all they sell. That's all they sell.
That don't make no sense.
They sell ice creams and hot dogs. That's all they sell. There's
Frosties and hot dogs. That's funny.
Yeah.
How good is Panda Express?
Shit.
Okay.
Don't eat Panda Express. Like, they literally make the stuff, they put it in a pan, and they put it on a burner to keep it warm. Yeah, that's well,
if you want the runs.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Chipotle, right? Like, you want the shits and Ebola.
Yeah.
Has everyone been to Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic's good.
Yeah. I don't care for Sonic's burgers. They're bland.
It's like a drive-in eat place you can literally eat in your car. I would definitely not recommend eating there because my dad got really bad food poisoning to the point he had to go see the doctor.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Now, only
did
burgers...
he actually get it from there? Because, with food poisoning, it's within the last 48 hours. Everything you ate.
I'm pretty sure he got it from there.
I've ate at Sonic for like 10 years and never had any issues.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, then again, if you're going to one that's got a lot of Mexicans, they don't know how to cook properly.
Yeah.
It is from Texas.
No offense, but
no
offense. They're good at Mexican food, but when it comes to switching that shit to American, totally different. And as they said in Pulp Fiction, get the Mexicans out of the kitchen because they're always in the kitchen. It doesn't matter.
Sonic
was a Tuesday thing because it was half price burger day. So like with me and the kids and everything, we go in there and get a bunch of burgers and basically pay half price. And their cherry limeades are to die for.
The only burgers I really like from Sonic is their special of the month because it's pretty good. Like they had one here recently. It was the garlic butter burger. And that was really good. Well,
so they had a car hop special because basically it's the old fashioned drive-in is what Sonic is. Drive and go. They got tables to sit out or you eat in your car. And the girls come out on skates and shit. Like in the 50s.
Yeah, but no shorts.
But yeah, I mean it's decent food. At least I haven't had it in a little while.
Now their tater tots. Oh my gosh, I like their tater tots.
Oh, especially loaded.
Mm-hmm. Now they got something going on now. They haven't had for a couple of years is a Oreo cone, and what it is the cone is made of the same stuff that an Oreo cookie's made out of, and then they take the cream and they mix it within the ice cream, and then they sprinkle Oreo over the top, which is really good. Of course, your blood sugar goes sky high with it, but
Yeah, that sounds like a good 30 units of insulin for me. But yeah, worth it. Well worth it.
Well,
they had pretzel hot dogs. So they had they had footlongs and pretzel hot. And their pretzel hot dogs were really good because it was just that nice soft pretzel,
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. But yeah, that's like Sonic. It's more of a summertime thing than a wintertime thing.
Yeah,
but they had the car hop specials for like less than $4. You got a drink, you got like tater tots or fries, and a burger. And I'm sorry, for $4, it's better than McDonald's. That's how I'm going to always be like, it's better than McDonald's, it's better than Burger King, it's better than Wendy's.
Yeah,
granted, if you get sick from the food because it's not cooked properly, then I understand that.
It's going to cost you more than $4. That's for sure. Now I haven't had Sonic in gosh, it's been a while, so but they just did their 50
I've never heard of it, so
they just did their 50-cent corn dogs here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh, I mean, and there's no limit on those sons of bitches either. You can get as many as you want. Yeah, give me 100 of those corn dogs.
$50, sir, plus tax.
Yeah.
But let's see. I want to show a picture.
I thought I had you with me, Peabody, when I went to one, but I might not have. I might have just been talking to you. I didn't put it on camera, but it's literally just set up where it's got a little button you can push. You pull your car and you push the button, they bring the food out to you, and then they've got a little area that you can sit at. They're all pretty much the same, but it's really that 50s style car hop type place with pretty decent food. I always loved the cherry limeades. Those were the way to go. The Road 55 or whatever the hell it was.
Route 55.
Route 50, yeah, the Route 55.
Or was it the Route 66?
No ice, because that way it's all. I can't remember now.
It's been so long, yeah.
But it's been at least 6 months to a year since I've been, because that's out on the other side of town. But yeah, on occasion I would like if I knew the wife was already making dinner and stuff, and I was coming back from my mom's, I would swing through there, and I'd use that's when I first was using apps and stuff on the phone to pre-do the order or to see what the deals were, so I could just go in and push the button and tell them what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we ever kidnap you and get you here, Peabody, we'll take you to a couple of these places, because Sonic's wasn't bad. I mean, of course, I'm gonna take you to Repeats, because that's the bar, that's the pub I go to with excellent food. Some of the best, all handmade, hand battered, none of this frozen shit. All fresh fish when we order the lake perch and stuff, and they hand batter it. And hand battered onion rings that are this big. No frozen onion rings here, boys and girls. All fresh.
I don't like fast food onion rings, because to me they all taste the same. And
it's the same shit at the grocery store that you can pick up, man.
Yeah, it's
your air fryer.
It's nasty, Now, if you go to like a mom and pop place and they make their own onion rings, now that's the shit.
That's one of the two places that I used to go to. It was called the Flipping Cow, and they used to make their onion rings with beer batter. And then they did it with some funky ass beer, and it was disgusting. But they pretty much used Budweiser before with some other stuff, and it was really good. They had like a mac and cheese burger, so it's got mac and cheese on top of the burger, and they'd have like an Elvis burger that had peanut butter and jalapeno jelly and shit. Like they had custom burgers that were to die for.
Yeah,
they had one. It had like a grilled pineapple with Swiss, and then the burger. Oh man, it was so good.
I like those burgers. The bacon cheeseburger that they end up throwing like a fried egg on top.
Yep, they had the hangover burger is what it was called. Hangover. Yeah, man. And your menu was on old LP album covers.
Oh,
so you open it up and the menu was on either side of it. Like we used to go there all the time, and then they raised their prices to ridiculous, stupid. They took away Burger Day. So I found Repeats. So for like $3 it's $3 for Burger Day, and the burgers are every bit as big as this. For $3.
I want a damn hamburger now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that thick.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about food solid for the last 45 minutes, so I'm not surprised.
I had SpaghettiOs pre-stream, so like I'm good, because I had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches earlier. And then I had SpaghettiOs before the stream. I was finishing that up before I came on camera, because I got to eat something.
I had a piece of cheesecake, and Raquel knows what dairy does to me. So
I could talk hours for food, because I love making food. Peabody's been with me when I've been smoking food and cooking for 12 hours, and this coming from the guy that gets full off of a freaking 2 bites.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna smoke me this turkey.
And I don't know what it's like in America, but it's like I know in Australia, the back, so like the small lunch bars, the small places.
Mm-hmm.
When you order a burger from them, it costs about $6, and it's the best burger. If I go to McDonald's or Hungry Jack's, or what you call Burger
King.
Yeah.
It would cost me about $9 for a burger. Yep. I can go to one of these smaller places and pay $6 for a burger, it's more food, it's better prepared, and it's tastier. And we call them lunch bars. I don't know what you call them.
Mom and pops.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. But the food is so much better, and it's fresher.
Let's see, Burger King isn't as, it used to be flame broiled. Now they got it like it's on a conveyor and it's fire underneath, and they call that flame broiled. That is not what you all used to do.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. Hungry Jack's is, but here,
Hungry Jack's, they still use a flame grill. Yeah.
Peabody and I have shared, because I sent him, DL, you know how we get the big Burger King ads?
Yeah.
I sent it to his ass. And I'm like, you want to have fun with the Hungry Jack folks? Go take this in there and try to get two Whoppers for $5. And he's like,
but didn't I send you the same? Didn't I send you the Hungry Jack's one?
You showed me one, but you didn't ever send it. No.
Oh, I didn't send it. Okay.
Yeah, because it was like half the size of ours. It'd be like one.
Yeah, because your shit was like much larger. And I've still got it. It was like an A5. Because A4 paper, but this was like an A5 paper. It's like we don't have anything. We don't get that shit. But you had an A5 paper, and but we were laughing, and I said, imagine if I handed this over and said, here, I want this.
And they'd be like, we can't do 2 Whoppers for $5. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. And he'd be like, I can only eat like 3 bites out of a Whopper anyway. So
they can't do 1 Whopper for less than $9.
Yeah. Mind you, the dollar, and like me and him were talking the other night. It's like at the end of the day, $1 is $1. It doesn't matter where you are because shit's going to be different where you're at. But when you compare U.S. dollar to Australian, I think it's close to a U.S. dollar. An Australian dollar to U.S. is like 75 cents. But still paying $9 for a fucking Whopper.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I got mad when they got rid of the 2 for 4. Remember when it was 2 for 4? Then it was 2 for 5. I mean, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 5. Now it's 2 for 6, and you don't get to pick shit. So I haven't had Burger King since the app that I ordered.
And the other thing we were talking about was fuel prices. It's like it's $1.87 a liter.
Yeah.
Here, and
you pay for a gallon.
You guys pay for a gallon, which is like 3.7, something like that.
Yeah, 3.777789, blah blah. Yeah, remainder carry the 7.
Yeah. No more, no math, please.
No, this is the cheesecake I really want to try when I get back home.
Of course you do. Yeah.
Chocolate cheesecake. I there's a cheesecake factory near home back in Texas.
Well, just start your order right there.
And you have like all sorts of cheesecakes. So
I've from the Cheesecake Factory, I've ordered because we've got one in Indy. And I ordered for my mom, and the wife, they like the red velvet cheesecake. I'm not a big cheesecake guy, but they do have a lemon one that was really good. They had like a lemon cake and I think a lemon cheesecake-ish thing that was pretty. I'm just not huge on. I did do though. I made I couldn't find Cocoa Krispies, but they have the Mexican Cocoa Krispies, which are a lot chocolatier, and I made them into Rice Krispie treats. And then made homemade peanut butter icing, and then put peanut butter icing on top of it. So you've got the Cocoa Crispy with the marshmallow, and then peanut butter icing on top.
I'm sorry, but that picture is like the cream looks so fake.
It is. It's all fake. You can't eat that.
Well, yeah, it's really high. Like I'm not exactly sure what my friend told me. Something somewhere between, I think there's either 16,000 or 60,000 calories for one slice alone.
Yeah, but no, I mean that particular, you can't eat that particular piece because it's not real.
That's the advertising. Yeah, that's
yeah.
When you get one, it's not going to look like that.
No,
it's not identical. I mean, it'll be close, but it's not going to be identical to the.
I've seen those shows where they show how they make like cereal. It has the real white milk. Well, that's not milk. It's glue. Like glue.
Yeah.
And all that, and
That's the same thing with the pizza. That's not actually cheese.
Yeah, and like the Kentucky Fried Chicken boxes, and shows how it's over full, and you're not gonna get a box that full.
That's complete bullshit. Every time they show the advert, it's overflowing with fucking chicken. It's like
bullshit.
you can't even close it, and but when you get it, you open up the top, and you've only got like
star from the top.
It's only it's only
greasy.
It's
only the grease is at the bottom.
It's only 3/4 full. And
hey, Maura.
What's scary is, it used to be too. You would get way more chicken.
It
used to be than what they offer now.
It used to be when you bought a bucket of chicken, you got a bucket of chicken. But these days, you don't get anywhere near a bucket of chicken.
Well, think about it, Peabody and DL. I mean, used to be a bucket of chicken was damn near 30 pieces.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s and 80s, dude. When you ordered that, I swear it was like 30 pieces. Now you can go 12, 16. They don't really like to go past that.
Yeah.
And then if they do, it costs so damn much that it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like chicken, but shit, I can't eat like 24 pieces of chicken in a couple days, and it's only good for a couple days unless you're going to make like a homemade chicken salad out of the fried chicken parts.
Well, like I said, you look at the bottom, you see all that grease settled at the bottom too. Yeah.
But I'd be lucky if I get through 2 pieces. But it's like, but the fact is, like, you want these days, especially, you want value for money, and what they show on the adverts is complete bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And
false advertising.
And the fact is, everybody knows it's bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is, like, these days, I don't know about adverts in America. Adverts in Australia will not show you the price. They won't show you the price. It's not until you show up to the actual restaurant or wherever you're getting your food from that you'll see the price. But on the advert, they will not show you the price.
I mean, I guess it kind of would depend. Like if it's a deal for 12 pieces for $9.99, it would say this deal's for not. But like if they're showing you extra shit, it doesn't give you the prices for the added bullshit. But then again, you've got everything with an app nowadays, which I know you don't really use your phone that way. But even the internet, you can kind of pre-look everything up because I've been doing that from time to time. I'd look mainly on pizzas, like who's got the better pizza deal. Has been the main thing. Because if I get a 3-topping extra large pizza from Volcanoes, it's like $22. But I mean, it'll feed you for 3 days, easy. And Peabody, you'd eat on it for like a month.
That would easily feed me for 3 days.
Yeah. So, and I mean, like I've tried Jet's Pizza; it wasn't too bad. I like pizza. I'm a big pizza eater. I could eat pizza about 3 times a week.
Raquel can't stand pizza.
Well,
I like pizza.
Yeah, I like good pizza, like Chicago style.
Apparently, the Cheesecake Factory. When I go there, there's like so many types of cheesecakes. So I looked up to see how many there are. 34 different kinds of cheesecakes.
Yep.
That's a lot.
You go in every day and get a different slice.
It's a pricey cheesecake too. That shit ain't cheap.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
And Adam, the funny thing is, probably the most nutritious meal that I ever have is pizza because it's got everything on it.
You got your anchovies, your olives, your cheese, your maters.
Yeah, but you know what my eating habits like, and it's like. So probably the most nutritious thing I ever eat is pizza.
Well, I mean, you think about the majority of what you eat, right? Like when you're good, because you're eating soup and juice when you're sick. When you can eat soup, but it's mainly juice. V8 and stuff, not even fruit juice, just juice. Then again, you're the guy that will take a sip of water and throw up a liter of water. So I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
When you get hungry, I would say like you made the pancakes, which was good. But it's when you get to that point where you're ready for either a chicken with mash or the pizza. Yeah, that would be the two healthier. And of course, they're going to say that pizza is better than fried chicken.
Yeah, and plus, it's like yeah, but yeah, it's amazing how I can actually turn a little bit of water into a lot of water.
It's like the X-Men movie, you know, the governor turns, you know, he's like, that's him. He takes a sip and that's what comes out.
Now I had to show this picture. I show this to Chef, and she was like, "What the f was this?" It's some kind of burger, and you know, I don't mean to you know. I wonder if I can blow it up. Oh, there we go. I don't want to dox this person, but yeah, it's this kind of like burger. It's like Oreos in the burger.
What the hell? Yuck!
Oreos in the burger. I don't know what the white stuff is dripping down from the burger is from.
Well, I got an idea.
I got a little bit of foreskin involved.
Yeah, that's what
that little white thing hanging out on the side there.
I only guess it's from the cream from the Oreo.
No, I think I should print that picture out. I should print that picture out and put it in my puke bowl, so the spiders will look at that and think, "Holy shit!"
It like Jesse and Chef was just like, ew, what the fuck is that?
And
gross.
Besides, I don't understand what your obsession with Oreos is. I mean, like, Oreos is just a cookie. It's like, I don't understand why.
I mean, people always talk like Oreos was around for a long. Hydrox cookies were around long before Oreos, and Hydrox is a superior cookie
to Oreos, especially.
Yeah.
I always was a heads and tails guy.
Hydrox cookies.
Hydrox.
Yeah, it's the original Oreo.
And they're better.
Yep.
But they don't get the advertising.
I can understand why they didn't do so well, because the name, it sounds more like some sort of medication. Hydrox.
They're good. They're much better than the Oreo. That's for damn sure. Which ain't saying much.
Yeah, there's so much lard in Oreos.
You lard.
The cream.
Lard.
Well, people don't know this. Like, I worked at Krispy Kreme, and like people are like, "Oh, I love the cream filling." It's like, if you knew what the fuck was in that cream filling to make that cream filling, you wouldn't be eating that cream filling, because it's mostly lard and then like powdered sugar.
Lard.
Now we have a.
Well, isn't lard just fat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have a chain of donuts here in Kansas City called Lamar's, and Lamar's is the shit.
Let's see.
I would eat a day old Lamar over a fresh Krispy Kreme.
Let's see. Hydrox introduced in 1908, and Oreo was introduced in 1912.
Yep. See, there you be. You know, so, but they're hard to find.
The Hydrox cookies?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well, you know, they don't have the marketing like Oreo, and then Oreo comes out with all this different stuff, you know, double stuff, triple stuff.
Yeah,
well, there's Nabisco, right? Isn't Nabisco Oreo?
I'm not sure.
Flavors.
I think it's funny when they actually advertise Oreo cookies in Australia, because we know that Australia has better cookies than America.
Yeah, you get some Tim Tams, you won't eat none of these shitty American cookies, because that's.
But it's like, but yeah, they keep on promoting Oreos in Australia, and the fact is, we've got a cookie similar to an Oreo cookie already here. It's not an Oreo, but they're completely going off their name. But the fact is, we've got better cookies.
Well, most people do.
They have mint Oreo. They have peanut butter Oreo. They got caramel coconut Oreo.
We got baby batter Oreos.
We had the lemon ones; those were pretty good.
What did you say? Baby battered.
Baby batter.
Carrot cake
Baby
Oreo
gravy.
and lemon flavored Oreo.
You know,
the heads and tail Oreos double stuff were my favorite. And then they had those mega stuffs, and those were pretty good too. But again, it's just all shit that you're eating. But it's good with coffee. I still like the EL fudge or the stripes with coffee. The fudge stripes. So you've got your basically your shortcake biscuit, and it's got stripes of fudge on it, and then the back is all fudge, and you just dip it in your coffee. Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, when the weather cools down a bit, I will get this package off to Adam because I've got a package already ready for him. But I'll put some extra Tim Tams in there. So
thank you.
So Adam.
So I can't get them anymore, man. We used to be able to buy them at Walmart and Target, but even before the COVID shit, they quit selling them.
I'll send several packets so that Adam, you can at least send one packet to Raquel, and so she can find out what a real cookie tastes like.
Right. Well, I'll just take it with me when I meet up with her, and I'll be like, "You get a Tim Tam."
Hey. Now don't eat it all at one time.
That's right, just taking them.
Well, it was funny. It's funny because Greta, when she got her Tim Tams, in one sitting, she ate the whole packet.
I can't go that far. Like I've ate like 2 or 3 of them with my coffee.
The fact is,
they're good.
I mean, I told you it's like the best way to have Tim Tams is to freeze them, put them in the freezer. I've still got a packet of Tim Tams in the freezer, and I've had that in there for 6 months. And it's still mostly full.
Yeah.
Because I only every so often just feel like a Tim Tam. But they're in the freezer, and so every so often I'll grab one. Just you know how every so often you get that sweet craving?
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I got no idea what you're talking about. No, none of us know what you mean.
No. You got juju. You got jujus all over the place.
You know, I got my jelly bellies right here, my butterscotches, my cherries. You know, we got no idea what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at on Amazon. You can get Tim Tams on Amazon.
Yeah, but it's they used to be $2.80 a pack.
Yeah.
And they're 3 times to 4 times as expensive on Amazon.
No kidding. I'm looking at them right now.
Plus, with the shipping at the moment, it's all over the place. But yeah, if I sent them now, they would melt before they actually got out of Australia. So that would be no good.
Hell yeah. No, Tim Tams, they had like some family ones that weren't too bad that I thought about getting, but I knew that Peabody had already bought me some. And again, it's not something that I absolutely, because it's, like I've had them and they are delicious. I mean, I have not found there was a cookie that Trader Joe's had it's not like a Tim Tam at all, but it was just a regular cookie with like this butter in the middle. It's not butter, but it was cookie butter. Oh my God, those were fucking phenomenal. And the wife got me the butter itself. I like Chessman. I can't think of the brand, but they've got the Chessman cookies. It's just a shortbread cookie. Those are fucking good. You know, the Milanos and stuff, those are good, but I'm not always in a cookie mood either, though. It just really depends. It's one of those things. I've got to be in the mood for it to eat it.
But you do like your Redskins, and so I've
the Redskins were fucking funny.
And so I've got you know what I've got? I've got Redskins. I've got the original Redskins, and then they changed the name to Red Rippers, and then the Chicos, which they changed to Cheekies.
Which is even more racist than Chicas.
Plus, I've got that Batman thing. Remember that Batman?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't send. There's no point in me sending any chocolate because at the moment it would just fucking melt before it got.
Well, and I mean, you don't have your train, so you're fucked.
Yeah, well, I don't have any trains yet.
No trains.
So I need the military to come in and take my postage yet.
Hell yeah.
But
no, I mean, I've sent stuff to him that was made here locally for him, and it's not necessarily just for him because I know he doesn't eat sweets, but like the Chocolate Charlie stuff I sent him was for like him and the family get together thing, and he kept forgetting, which was funny, because it's just literally marshmallows, peanuts, and chocolate from Clay.
Well, I did give it to the family, and I haven't heard anything back from that. I don't know if they ate it or not.
But what the fuck is this?
But
deliciousness in a box.
Oh, Chocolate Charlie, it looks like it'd be similar to Rocky Road, something similar to that. It's got marshmallows and all those other bits and pieces in it.
Chocolate, marshmallows, and peanuts all mixed together in a big clump. Break it and eat it.
Adam, I got pork rinds in RC.
He's a happy man. I've got white cheddar olives. So, yep. I know Peabody's an olive finiciato as well.
I do like my olives, yeah.
Yep. That's these are the white cheddar style. So it's got the white cheddar in the middle. So they're very tasty.
No, I have the olives with the peppers in the middle.
And I've got the Pringles.
Oh, that's a meal, my friend. That's a full meal.
And then I got a Coke, but this one's not open. This is for if my sugars drop. I had Coke earlier because I had my whiskey glass down here with 2 fingers, even though I know it's 3, but 2. That's 2 fingers for me of Pete's Jim Beam mixed with cola.
Did you give it a shocker?
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
How are you doing, Raquel? Are you getting hungry?
I'm doing great. I actually had a full meal, so I'm good.
Dude, I had this full of SpaghettiOs, and I'm still hungry for fucking cheeseburgers and shit. But I love burgers, like good burgers anyway.
Well, we have been talking about burgers for a while, so
yeah. Well, I haven't had. It's been about a week and a half because the last time I made burgers, I took like 3 pounds and just made all burgers. So that was pretty much up till last week, probably about 4 days ago, I was still mowing on, a couple burgers a day.
Do you all have White Castle down your way?
No, I gotta go to Indy or Chicago.
Yeah.
There's no White Castle in Australia.
The closest one is, I believe, St. Louis to us. We used to have them all over Kansas City, and then they all left.
Well, again, it's one of those, like, I love their chicken buttholes. Those were always good little sliders. It's literally a chicken that's shaped like an onion ring, and then they put it on the slider bun, so we call them chicken buttholes. Like, we get those in like a Crave case, and so if I go to Indianapolis, I always get a Crave case. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've been down to Indy. It's been a couple years, so yeah, I haven't had White Castle in a couple years. I always take because pre this shit. And getting sick, especially because my appetite is not where it should be at all, which it's good. I'm down to like 201.3, and I wasn't trying to lose weight when I got done being sick and was just on the cusp of being good. I was at 207 and something, like 207, 208. So in the last extra, because I got sick in November. So 2.5 months, and I ended up down at 201.
Have you gone back to working out?
I started Tuesday. I went and I hit the gym, and then the last 2 days I haven't worked out in the aspect of the gym, but I've been pushing the snowblower through all the snow and shit and slush. So my legs have been worked the fuck out massively the last 2 days. But I mean, I feel a hella better. I tell him Peabody when you're putting Lego sets together, you're feeling pretty good. And then I knew I was completely fine when I was in traffic and I wanted to pull out a bus driver and beat the living shit out of him for blocking traffic. So I had a bus here and a bus here, and then we get to the light, and this asshole gets behind this fucker, and he could have done that the whole time. Both buses should have been to the right, so the rest of us could have passed, on the left. But no, they took up both fucking lanes. I literally wanted to go kick that door open, pull that driver out, and beat the shit out of him. I go, I must be feeling better because I really want to beat the shit out of this bus driver.
We've had people do something similar to that. In Kansas City, they got the cameras on there on the bus, and if you go on there and attack one of them, you're kind of in trouble.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's literally one of those, like, I would love to be able to do that, but like I didn't. It's just, I was that back to normal where it's like, you stupid ass. And every slow fucking drive, I'd be in the left lane going to pass people, and some fucker would pull in front of me and then go slow. Stay in the right lane if you're going to drive slow, you jackass.
I hate people that drive in the passing lane.
Yep.
I mean, the passing lane is for passing.
Yeah, and mind you, I do the speed limit, and the speed limit's 40, and these fuckers are doing like 30, and that shit, like, I was just like,
oh yeah.
And it's not like it's some senile old person either. It's just some fuckwit on the phone that's doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing in the first place. So I then again wish to pull them out and just beat the shit out of them. So again, this is how I knew that I was feeling a hella better, because I'm just like, I really want to kill these people in humanity. So yeah, I must be okay now.
I'm actually impressed, because I actually just checked my weight against kilograms against pounds. And
what, 110?
No, 130. I'm actually impressed.
Oh yeah.
What was that for?
And that's good.
Considering you look like an anorexic 90-pound weight motherfucker all the time. Yeah, that is
like you're like a
highly bigger shits than you, boy.
Yeah.
The clown leaves bigger shits than you. For fuck's sake.
But remember, it's like I went to the doctor, and I was excited, and I went to the doctor. I said, "Doc, I think I put on weight," and he weighed me, and it turned out, no, nothing went on.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I'm sure there's many women out there that would say, "What's your trick?"
He's a fountain 90% of the time.
You need the Peabody diet. Yeah.
Nobody needs the Peabody diet.
The fact is, I can't lose any more weight than I already have. So
you know what? If you shaved your head, you'd look like a chemo patient.
He would. He really would.
No. It's worse. If I shave my head, I look like some person from a concentration camp in Germany.
I was gonna say, or a zombie. But yeah, you look like a Jew from the concentration camp.
Yeah.
Just put on striped pajamas.
Well, you look at the size. You look at the size. You look at the size of my nose. If you shave my head, I look like I'm from concentration camp. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, man, but I know what you mean. Like I told you, I thought I was gaining weight, right? Because I've been eating at night and then sleeping half the fucking day away and shit.
No. The fact is, months ago I was telling you, you're losing weight. You're looking slimmer. But I think you did lose weight, but it's like I didn't know where you started from.
Well, I mean, okay, so when I was working out and stuff, I got close to 220 pounds. But I mean, that wasn't from, that wasn't like that was just gaining mass, from actually lifting. And then I went from because I was about 218. I want to say about 218 before I got sick. And, I'm down to 201. So, I mean, I lost 19 pounds, basically 18, 19, 17, 18 pounds. In that 2.5 months, which granted it's 2.5 months, and for 2 weeks of that I wasn't eating. So yeah, I mean that made sense. And then when you guys kept saying, yeah, you look smaller, and I was like, I hadn't weighed myself, and then I did, and I was 207, and I for surely thought I'd put on weight from just eating at night, because I'd been eating. Once my appetite came back, it was your size of an appetite where I'd eat like half a sandwich and I was stuffed. But I'd eat like 3 or 4 times a day. And then I just recently started back on the protein and stuff because I've been, planning on working out and then having to do all the yard work and shit. So back on the vitamins and the protein shakes and all that. But that just started this week.
It's funny that we lost arranged when we started talking about.
He had to go eat, man. He's got pork rinds.
No. So when we started talking about weight loss. And he went, I'm out of here.
Fuck you guys. Yeah.
He's back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the internet took a dump and then it wiped.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. But like, I didn't expect. I really thought I'd put on weight just because of my eating habit. Like, come on, man! I'm eating like half a can of fucking Pringles throughout half a day. Throughout a day.
Well,
And
in fact,
half a can.
That's the funny thing is because I thought I'd put on weight too, and when I went to the doctor, he weighed me and he said, "No,
nope.
I'd actually lost half a kilo."
Adam, if I opened a can of Pringles, it wouldn't be no half a can. That whole can would be gone.
Well, but like I was saying, DL, like my appetite after being sick, I could only eat about half a sandwich and then, a nice little stack of, and then I'm stuffed for fucking 6-8 hours. Yeah. And then I'll eat again, eat some chips, I'd finish off my sandwich or whatever. But throughout an entire day, I was barely getting through. Mornings, I'd have my coffee, some toast or waffles and eggs and shit. But again, this isn't AM mornings either. This is me getting up at like 10, 11 o'clock. So by 1 or 2, I'm eating because I can't ever get up and eat still to this day.
Well, it's like yesterday. I made myself a sandwich, one sandwich, and it took me the entire day to eat the entire sandwich.
Damn.
I had to keep on putting it in the fridge, so the bread didn't dry out.
I mean, I had a whole roast beef sandwich because the wife had made a roast, made Italian beef. So, like, I had a sandwich and some chips, right? That'd be the exact. But because of where I'm at, like, I'll make two sandwiches to 3 sandwiches a day, mainly 2 now. Used to be, it would be double that, though. I'd have, like, 4 sandwiches. Like, my appetite is just sliced in half. And then, I ate a whole can of SpaghettiOs, and some Pringles, coming on here and stuff. But that's the second thing I've ate today. Other than that, I had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, and then I had coffee and a protein shake this morning, at 11:30. So and I probably won't eat again unless I generally in the evenings, like before I go to bed, I eat a bowl of cereal about that size, which is about 3 serving sizes of, depending on what I'm having, live cereal or corn pops or, whatever. But yeah, I don't think I'll be eating cereal. I feel pretty stuffed. Then I've got my little, my little olives and shit to munch on in between. But I mean, I used to intake way more than this, and I'd be hungry. Like, like I said, like a burger sounds good. If I were to go make a burger right now, I'd be doing a Peabody where I'd take like 3 bites and be done because I've got no room in my gut.
That was the funny thing about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Australia. When the guy was complaining all the time about being hungry, and I was thinking, are you serious? Really? I just watched you eat a whole shitload of stuff and you're still hungry? It's like, how is that possible? And that guy actually pulled himself out of the competition. He actually quit. And I was thinking, it's like, really? That's how weak you are? It's like,
well, it was an all-time.
You could put me in. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. You could put me in there for the whole fucking time. I wouldn't eat a thing, and I'd be fine.
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Is that what it's called?
No, yeah. The fact is, they're not really celebrities. They're just like wannabe celebrities. And no, they're no names. They're promoted as celebrities, but they're not really celebrities.
They want that 15 minutes of shame, baby.
Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and they put them in the jungle. Well, the so-called jungle, and they put them through trials and shit like that. And the trials are, easy. Well, the only thing I wouldn't like is like when they introduce them to the jungle. They have to skydive. It's like that I wouldn't be happy with. But as far as the eating goes, it's like, what are you guys complaining about? That's plenty of food.
2 bites and he's full. He's like, I'm good till tomorrow.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a celebrity, but I can outwhip you.
Yeah, well, the fact is, like, if you put me in the same situation, it's like I'd be fine. It's like, give me a couple of mouthfuls of porridge, I'm fine. Oh, that's good. That's good for the day.
Hell yeah. I mean, I got impressed when I finally was able to eat like 4 slices of pizza that really equaled like 3.5. I could barely get through 2 pieces of pizza. That's pathetic. I used to be able to eat like 3/4 of a pizza without an issue and then go run 3 miles.
Well, that's just it. I used to be able to eat half a pizza. I used to be able to eat half a pizza. These days, I'd be lucky to get through 1 slice.
Yeah, and I'm 1 slice more than you because I get through about 2 and I'm done. Like normal size. I'm not talking big pieces either. I'm normal, normal size, quarter piece of pizza.
Yeah, well, see, I get through most of the slice, but I don't eat the crust. So it's like I'm pathetic, really.
I'll eat the crust generally, especially when it's stuffed crust, which is generally what we order. Because then you got your breadstick and mozzarella stick plus your pizza.
Is anyone excited with a new Jackass movie coming out?
No.
Never watched the series, so.
I do think it's funny though, because I mean I don't know what advert they're showing with you guys, but the advert they're showing with us is like the guy goes into a furniture store, and he sits on this large bag, and the other guy jumps on the back of the bag, and the guy goes through the ceiling. That's funny, but the rest of it,
seen the ad, so
yeah, the rest of it is just crap, but that part is funny.
I've seen all the movies in the theaters. I've seen the shows, not in order by any means, but yeah, that shit used to be fun. I had the movie display poster I gave my brother from the movie box out of my garage. A guy that owed me money had worked at the theater, and when they put up new outside display cases, they were throwing them out, so he took one. And when he owed me money, he gave me the display case. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. So it's a legit movie, box, which held the full size. And he gave me a shit ton of posters. And that was one of the ones that was like, I think for the second Jackass I had it. And they were clear so the lights could go through them and shit. It was badass. But yeah, I gave that to my younger brother, my middle brother.
What I am waiting for is Top Gun 2. Please fucking release this movie, you cunts.
Nah, they're never going to give it to you.
Till summer if they do.
Yeah, but apparently they're going to release it in May. But I mean, like, it's been pushed back so many times. I'm not expecting it to show up in May.
Right. I mean, I'm still looking forward to the Batman movie. I haven't seen the Jackass trailers or anything, but
the trailers for the new Batman movie look really good.
Yeah. So I mean, like that I want to go see. I'd made a comment on Facebook, teasing my brother because the last movie, as most of you guys would know, I saw in theaters was Bad Boys 3. And it was with my brothers. We all went, and like they love those movies. I was just like, hey, I'm not a big Will Smith fan. I mean, he's okay in movies, but he's not my go-to actor. There's a couple movies that I liked him in, but at the end of the day, the Men in Black movies were hilarious. Him with Tommy Lee Jones and shit. And to me, Will Smith was mainly, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was fucking Will Smith. But he's pretty much the same character throughout. His acting career isn't the greatest. He was a better singer than he was an artist for acting.
Yes, that's true because like Will Smith is like he's lost all steam.
And I mean,
and you can't pull in an audience just because Will Smith is in a movie. Because
if he pull in the audience like he used to, that's for sure.
Suicide Squad would have been, and that was a shit movie. But yeah, even
that was a really shit movie.
Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, at the end of the day, I went and saw the Bad Boys, for life or whatever with the brothers, and don't really care about the other actor. And there was a lot of Spanish, and I don't speak burrito. So, I hear taco, burrito, chalupa, and I'm not going to sit there and read the shit on screen. I don't go to a movie to fucking read. Speak in English, assholes.
So if I want to read, I'd get a book.
Yeah, because I think the other guy was it Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of his name.
Martin Lawrence, I don't like at all.
I never thought it was funny.
The original Bad Boys, I thought was a good movie. The second was shit. I don't know what the third one was like because I didn't even watch it.
To me, it was about the same as the second. It was, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Except for worse because it's all blah 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 Espanol. Then we'll speak in English. Then we'll Espanol, and then they set it up for another movie and blah blah blah. And it's just I don't want to see that movie. I'm done. Be done with the third part.
And I'm the same as you. I don't want to read a movie. I want to watch a movie.
Yeah, that was my biggest bitch about Chang-Chi. Like, it started off and it's all subtitles, and then these motherfuckers speak English, and then they're back to subtitles. No, you know what? I don't want to read shit. Just speak in fucking English. You know what? Who are you playing this for? Mainly an English-speaking audience? Then fucking just speak English.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like in the old days, what they used to do is they used to start off with the foreign language, and then they'd actually transform into English, because they assume that everybody knew that they were foreign, but they don't do that anymore. It's like, to be politically correct, they have to talk in a foreign language, and you have to read the shit. It's like,
dude, the original Overboard movie, love it. Right, they did that. I liked Anna Faris. I thought she was kind of funny in a couple movies and shit. I'm like, all right, she's cute. So I'm like, all right. I got like 10 minutes into that fucking movie and shut it off because it was all in Spanish. And I'm like, I am not going to sit here and read this shit. Speak fucking English, not Spanish. I'm not fucking Mexican.
Hang on. Are you telling me the remake of Overboard is in Spanish?
She was speaking a lot of Espanol because the guy's Spanish, because it's the roles are reversed. She's the construction. She's Kirk.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
And even knowing that, I was like, well,
there was nothing wrong with the original movie.
Why did they remake a movie that's okay in the first place? Oh, that movie did well. Let's remake it.
Let's make it with a female construction worker and make it where she's in control of the guy. And I'm like,
let's make the woman in charge.
I didn't really want to see it, but I liked Anna. So I was like, that time she was still married to Pratt. So I was like, all right, I'll support Pratt and I'll support his wife. And she's always been, pretty much not one of these crazy fucks in the media. So I'm like, all right, I get, man, about 10 minutes into it and it's all Spanish. And I'm just like, man, again, taco, burrito, chalupa. I speak no Espanol other than Medeco. So, it's like, no, man,
the funny thing is I probably speak more Spanish than you do.
Yeah. I mean, I know cuss words because I worked in factories with Latinos. So, but not Latinx, Latinos, But,
Raquel, have you seen the original Overboard movie?
Overboard movie? No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Bird on a Wire.
Overboard. Get your pen out. Write it on your list.
All right,
Kurt Russell movie.
Kurt Russell's in it and Goldie Hawn.
All right, what's the movie called?
Overboard. It's Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. It's a good movie.
Yeah, and from like 19, what was that, 80s or 90s?
I'm pretty sure. I think it was like on the cusp between
like 88.
80s and 90s.
Definitely not the remake with Anna. Again, I love Anna Faris. Like, I thought she was funny in quite a few different movies and stuff, but man, I just couldn't. Even for Anna, I couldn't do it. I'm just like, nope. Sorry.
Overboard is a good movie, not the remake.
Yeah,
there's not very many, as you know, Peabody. There's not very many movies I don't sit through, and I mean, I sat through Dark Fate and Dark Phoenix, and was just like, I thought I lost a testicle, but okay. But I still got through all the movie, and that had some Espanol in it too.
But... No, the fact is, I've watched all the recent movies that came out, including the Spider-Man movie and blah blah blah. But it's like, they're crap. They're absolute crap. But Overboard,
you're not gonna like.
Overboard, the original movie. The Overboard, the original movie is a good movie, and it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, Raquel.
Yeah, basically, this rich girl, she gets amnesia, and Kurt Russell's the guy that built her a shoe rack, and she can't remember anything, and the husband doesn't care that the wife's gone, and there's shenanigans. Oh, and Kurt Russell has like 3 kids, and he's single. So, I mean, it's like, it's one of those kind of style movies.
Nah, it's got 4 kids.
Okay, 4 kids. It's been a minute since I've seen it. I just remember I knew there was at least 3. But yeah, it was just one of those.
The fact is, he takes her in, and he says that it's his wife.
Yeah,
and
she owes him a shit ton of money.
She believes she's the mother of all these children, and they fall in love with her. It's a good movie.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's literally like I tried, man. I tried to watch it. That's kind of like we had Ocean's, they did Ocean's 8 they made, because we had 9, 10, and 11, the remakes from the original, Ocean's 9, I think it was, or 10, whatever.
No,
Ocean's 11.
I'm sick of the Ocean's movie. The first one
was fine. If I
want
to see Ocean's 11, I'm going to see the original one with Frank Sinatra and all them.
Yeah, because thank you. I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember the one they remade with all the girls though. Was that like Ocean's 8?
That was Ocean's 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I never even bothered watching that shit.
I heard
it was like the Charlie Angels you were telling me about, Peabody, when you watched it. You're like, it didn't make any sense. I'm like, I had no anticipation. Like I watched the one with Drew Barrymore because she's hot as fuck. And those movies were fine. Lucy Liu, hot as fuck. Still not the Charlie's Angels we had from the 70s, which was way superior.
Mm-hmm.
But they were good movies, right? You could enjoy it. You could go to the theater. You could have a good time. You could rent them, have a good time. That one you told me about just sounded awful.
No, well, when they did the remake, was it Kristen Stewart and the other girls? That was just fucking horrible.
Why would you put Kristen Stewart in as supposed to be a hottie? Because she's not.
No, well, she is a hottie, but it's like the fact is she's a lesbian, so she's out of reach. But the fact is, when you had the original Charlie's Angels show, that was fun. That was a fun show. They had the girls there, and they did what they were doing. When they started the movie, what they did was they made it more like almost like a comedy. It's like look how ridiculous this is, and we're gonna have some girls kick some ass.
You had your action comedy, little suspense.
Yeah, but when they redid it again,
they
wanted it to be serious, and so when people saw that, they thought, "What the fuck is this?"
and if the movie don't do well, they blame it on men because men didn't want to see
because
men the bad guy. They made Charlie the bad guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, problem. Yeah. They always fuck everything up.
So I mean, let's take something that was beloved for generations and flip it on its head because we're retarded, and then bitch that the people that like the originals didn't like it because it's shit. I mean, at the end of the day, that's my whole point on it.
Like the old TV series Mission Impossible, the main character's name was Jim Phelps. Yeah. Well, in the first Mission Impossible movie, they made Jim Phelps the bad guy. Yeah. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tom runs away from his gay feelings, Cruise.
from his gay feelings.
Or the way he runs,
I mean, he is only like 3'4". What do you expect from a widget?
Help me.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hate to cut this short, but
no, then don't.
What?
Come on, Raquel. Take off your panties and tell me you love me.
No. Anyway, I'm gonna call it. I'm a little bit tired, sluggish, and I have things.
So whose stream you gonna go over to?
I think the problem is we were talking about food so much. You want to go order a pizza, don't you?
I really don't feel hungry. I feel a little bit tired, and I have stuff to do, like packing and stuff.
You know what, guys, we can hang out in the back.
I leave here in 2 days. I need to get my shit together.
You're moving again?
Going back to Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You don't stay anywhere.
Yeah, but please follow everyone's channels.
I don't have shit on my channel.
Peabody, Adam, follow Jesse Mill at the Crow's Nest, and also follow Jesse and Chef Nation's gaming channel that they just started yesterday called Black Death Gaming. So please follow them on there for for games and stuff. And Mora Kitty's streaming right now, so check on her.
Yeah.
And
check her out. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
Jesse's streaming as well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny because I noticed that something popped up on there that actually showed me my channel on YouTube. I can't even do that myself, but you found it and you put it up there. It's like I don't know how to do that myself, but so thank you, Raquel.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I'll probably see you on Murray Kitty's channel, and also please check out Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest for bullshit and stuff.
Go over to Mora's and do a raid.
Yeah. Otherwise, have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Eat.
Don't go anywhere, guys.
Take care.